Good morning and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. This is Friday, March 18th, and I am stumped this morning. We are in the middle of the gift bag series airing, obviously, and I am just like stumped right now on what to film for you guys. It's really hard. I am trying to work on this folio for the swap that I'm doing at the end of the month, and I'm making great progress, so I'm really excited about it. Hopefully you'll enjoy the process as that airs next month. And this just kind of a sneak peek at the colors that I'm using. So I'll set that aside. I do need to make some ephemera bases, so I thought maybe that's something we could work on in this video because that's not really giving away the folio information really. So I can do some, music paper, book page bases. We can do some decoupage with napkins because I do need to do a few things like that. Yeah, I'm just kind of stumped this morning. So I shouldn't have even started videoing, but I did want to share with you guys. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was watching a video this morning and the gal had organized her stamps and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. Is that something you guys would want to see a video on, or is that kind of tedious? I don't know. And then what was the other thing I was thinking? There was organizing stamps. There was, oh goodness, I don't even remember now what I was thinking on my brain. I'm telling you what. Anyway, so let me grab, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to grab a napkin and then I'll be back and we'll glue and then we'll chat. Okay, so I've just grabbed some napkins. I've got a flashcard, a guest check, sheet of music, some napkins. There's a glue stick somewhere. There's a glue stick. I have my matte Mod Podge that I've watered down a little bit. I was making some master boards the other day outside, and yeah, I could tell I was just really not in a good headspace with creating, and I feel like the colors just came out really putrid. So I think I'm going to try to work on them today. Like, see, they're just really dark and just really dark, so I need to brighten them up some. I made these to go with the folio, and the colors are kind of there, but they're just really dark, and they're not happy, and I need happy papers, so those need work done. So maybe today I can go back. It's supposed to be nice this afternoon. It's supposed to be like, I don't even remember now, upper 60s. Okay, so I found this napkin in my stash. Isn't this beautiful? This is something I've gotten like in a trade or a swap, and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm thinking this paper pad definitely has irises in it, and so I think that could be really perfect for a tag maybe. Like a tag, I could have a long tag. Like, how pretty would that be? We'll have to measure it and see if it's going to work. Also, like, I think I'm going to take this and we can make like a little pocket on the flash card and make that like a floating pocket maybe. I also have this with these really pretty colors, and I thought that might be pretty on, maybe the flash card or something. So even if I just have like that one just off the edge there coming in, that might be kind of pretty too. So I'm just brainstorming with these. You guys know I love to play with my napkins. So, and I also have a bag here just to kind of dig through on my florals. These are napkins I've obtained swapping, not what I have in my Etsy. I do have napkins in my Etsy, and I'm up for trade. So if you guys are like, hey, just let me know. But I do have some listed in the Etsy as well. So anyway, so let's see what is going on here. Oh, so yesterday I went, okay, I told you guys it's weird with the way I'm filming because this folio series is airing like next month. So for example, the other day I got home after having my CT myelogram done, and I was talking about, allergy to the contrast dye and how that worked. But you're going to hear that in April. You're not going to hear that now. It's so messed up. But yesterday I went to the pain management doctor to get the results of the scan, and I'm trying to see if this is a secondary layer, and I'm not sure that it is. Anyway, so I went for the results of the scan, And the doctor was like, well, it's not a home run like I had hoped it would be. And he says, you know, oh, that's only one layer. Shoot. Anyway, and he's like, you know, it's not a home run like I had hoped it would be. And the radiologist didn't mention the L4, L5 area. And so he was like, you know, I don't know. Basically, it was an I don't know episode. And not gonna lie, I kind of lost my mind for a minute. And I mean, I wasn't crazy. I just got really upset. And he did not know what to do with me when I got upset. Like, literally, he did not know what to do. His eyes bugged out of his head. And he goes, you know, I'm just going to go look at your images again. So he went and looked at my images again. And actually saw something that the radiologist missed. So I don't tend to have emotional outbursts. I don't operate that way. But I think that it was probably a God thing yesterday that I didn't have. I mean, I didn't totally lose my mind and like scream and yell. I was just crying and very upset. Like, you have got to be kidding me. I've been dealing with this for 2 years and you're telling me we still don't have an answer. Like, not cool, man. Not cool. And this poor little doctor, he's like, I've told you guys before, he's a little crazy. But he did go back and he pulled the images up and he came and got me again. Or he came and got me and he was like, look at this. I don't know why he didn't write this in the report. Look at this. So he was like, I do think it's at L5. He says, you know, the image didn't show, like L4, the image of L4 disc was like super crisp and all the edges were, he said, clear and you could see them like you're supposed to. And then he said when he got down to L5, it was really murky and like almost hidden. And so he says, and I'm not a medical person, so you'll have to bear with me for the terms he uses and how I understand it. He says basically your disc has an outer layer and an inner layer. And the inner layer is kind of like peanut butter. And he told me that my peanut butter is coming out of my disc and that's what's squishing on the nerve. And he thinks that's what's causing the problem. So in April, I go to a spine surgeon down in Pittsburgh, and hopefully he'll look at this test and be like, oh yeah, this is what's wrong, and here's how we can fix it. So that's my fervent prayer, because I'm 2 years into this, and I'm just really, it's very discouraging and disheartening to just be, you know, so miserable like I am. And like the pain doctor said, I'm sorry, I'm off screen, sorry. I've just taken my glue stick to this guest check. Oops, and I'm sticking my music to it. Anyway, and like the you know, like you said yesterday, he says, you know, it takes its toll on people that are in pain, you know, and you know, he was like, do you need antidepressants? Are you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay, I'm just mad. You know, and so you know, it was really cool that he took the time to actually sit and look at I mean, it should not have taken an emotional outburst on my part. But when I say emotional outburst, he says, you know, I don't think you're full of poo, was not the word he used. And I'm like, I'm not full of it. Spent 2 years dealing with this, and you're telling me you still don't have an answer. And I was suffering for 2 days from the contrast dye because I'm allergic, and it was so painful. Like, I felt like somebody had been punching me in my back, in my kidneys, trying to flush that out. I mean, I literally drank so much water, I think I could have filled Lake Erie with how much water I was drinking to get that out of my system. And it was literally so painful. I couldn't believe how painful it was to get that out. Like last time I had that dye done, it was, I mean, I reacted to it. It's how we knew I was allergic to it. But it didn't hurt like this to flush it out. I mean, it was excruciating trying to get that out. And that's not a sympathy thing. It's just an explanation. Like, I truly felt like somebody had just beat me severely in my back, like down both sides, you know, where your kidneys are. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. So I'm like, and I had told my husband, I'm like, if I'm going through this and they don't find a solution or figure out what's wrong with me, I may lose my mind. The doctor was like, well, it wasn't quite the home run I had been hoping for. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? So anyway, you know, I am just having my faith in God that this spine surgeon is going to look at look at the images and be like, oh yeah, simple fix, we can fix it. Because the pain management doctor seems to think that the spine surgeon is like a guru and can just go in and do a discectomy and fix it. I don't know. Makes me very nervous. I mean, especially where that is. But he was like, when I was, he was like, you've described L5 with your symptoms. And he goes, it's intermittent because, if you're just sitting, the amount of pressure that's on that disc is different than if you're standing, you're bending, you're twisting. And he says it's also different. Like if you pick up, oh, that's really pretty. Can you see that? I'm shaky. I've had coffee this morning and my smoothie, and I'm cold, so I'm wearing my ratty hoodie. I apologize. Anyway, it's my yard jacket, and I just put it on because I didn't have a sweater downstairs and didn't think to change before I started doing this. Oh, I really like that a lot, but we need to trim it out somehow. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh, talking about the bending and stuff. He said, so like if you pick up like a 5-pound something, it's going to put different tension and pressure on that space. And if you pick something up that's 20 pounds, it's a different pressure on that space. So it was really interesting, like his description of it. And in his acknowledgement that it is intermittent. And yeah, so I'm hopeful that it will be, resolved, and, that he's going to get it taken care of. I mean, the pain management guy can only do so much, but I'm hoping that the spine surgeon can fix me. Please, God, let him fix me. All right, I definitely, this is not going to be tall enough, I don't think. And one of you gave me a tip about these napkins and how to do this, and I don't remember what you told me, so I apologize. I think it might have been Tess. I can't remember. You said you can glue the layers down and then you can see through it, but I don't remember what you said. I'm so sorry. So anyway, so not totally negative news. Not exactly what I wanted to hear, but not a totally bad thing either. So it'll be okay. I just have to have faith, and it'll be okay. Now see, I like that. I really like that. That will capture the butterfly and part of this iris and part of this yellow iris. Or I can just move this over, leave the butterfly off, have the two irises, and then we can embellish it with our own butterfly. And then I'll have that butterfly for something else, right? So let's do that. All right. Oh, I like it. It's going to be pretty. Okay. Glue stick. So anyway, yeah. So hubby has been trying to get the RV ready. We are back to trying to go somewhere. Sorry about that big hair on my arm. My hair is down. I'm trying to let it dry so I can braid it. Anyway, I have to be in Tennessee at the end of the month, and so I've booked him a campground so he can stay close by while we ladies are at the retreat, and then he and I are going to come back toward home, and we're going to stop in Cincinnati with my not mom. I call her my not mom. She's my mom, but she's not my mom. She's a wonderful person who's a wonderful influence in my life, and I just love her. But anyway, so we're going to meet up with them, her and her husband, and we're going to go to the Ark in Cincinnati and see the Ark encounter. Mark and I have been wanting to go see that, and her husband has not seen it. She has, and she says it's amazing. So we're going to go do that, I think, on our way home. And, okay, I've got to get this right or I'm going to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. And so anyway, I think that will be a lot of fun and just some time for us to decompress. The kid will be on spring break, but he's going to go stay at a friend's house. And that's okay. So we need to get out of the house. Oh, you guys know I went up to Wisconsin to see our middle son and our two youngest grandkids. And oh my gosh, they're so funny. The baby is 2 months old. And oh, he's a love. He is so cute. He's starting to hold his little head up, and he's just so sweet. He makes the cutest little cooing noises, like melt your heart. So cute. Anyway, and then the 1.5-year-old was so cute. My son and daughter-in-law, they were being so sweet the one morning, and they were praying over my back, you know, for healing and for answers. And the little 1.5-year-old, that was what, Saturday morning we did that. And then Sunday after church, we were sitting we were having lunch, and my grandson, he was sitting in his dad's lap, and just says, "Grandma, heal, amen." I was like, and he has his little hand in the air like he worships the music, and it's so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, you are just the sweetest little guy. He's so funny. He's smart. We were looking at cows, and the cow was laying down, and so I said, oh, the cow's taking a nap. So then, you know, his mom texted me later on Monday after we had left, and she said, he's still telling me how the cow's taking a nap. It was cute. And then we saw deer in the backyard, and we saw turkey in the field. Well, the deer were in the backyard and in the field across the street. And so he was like, deer, deer. And then we saw the turkey and gobble, gobble, and, you know, just being silly with them. It was so cute. Oh, that is so pretty. I love napkins because it just gives you such a great base to work with, and so easy. So we can just add some trim to that and maybe a butterfly, and then we're going to have like 2 pieces almost done and ready to go in the folio. So that's a lot of fun. And I was thinking I wanted to do maybe one more napkin just for the colors and bases, but maybe I better like cool it with the napkins because that's 2. And I'm trying not to show you guys the folio in this video because this video I'm airing now and not as part of the series. So we're just making some ephemera today. Okay, so let's see, what else do we want to do? I would really kind of like to recreate this. And I don't know, I need that napkin. And I don't think, you know, I have this music book, and this is something you guys can do. It's kind of it's, you know, if you're just like, oh, I want to play with napkins, sit with a, you know, a book or a music book and collage your bits. So then you've got bits ready, and you can pull it out. Like, those birds are sweet. I could use those as a pocket, maybe somewhere. And then I have this one, which you guys know I love that napkin. And then this is some shimmery watercolor that I painted on here. So it gives me some bits to use there. I guess I've used them all. Okay. But the nice thing about this is, so, you know, I have my parchment paper in here, so when I am decoupaging, if I'm using wet glue, it's fine. But so like we could do some bits of this on paper here, and then that'll give us a cool pocket, right? And I'll cut that butterfly out, or even just a tag, you know? So let's do that. Where is, let's see, oh, that's one that's been painted. And actually, that blue could be, ooh, maybe we'll do that later. Maybe we'll paint some music papers, or have some painted pages to use. Because I know, okay, just give me that out of there. Ooh, that one's cool with that design. Let's get that design. Okay. Okay. What was I saying? I don't know. I don't want this video to go on forever, but I don't want to do a lot of editing today either. I just want to be able to upload it and call it good. So let's do, even that green would be a really cool background, wouldn't it? And this won't matter because if we cut it as a tag shape, we can cut that off there, right? Okay, so we will glue that. Maybe make a pocket out of that. That would be good. And then this one, let's just do this. And this scripty text is gorgeous. We need to use that on something too. So this will be good because I'll be able to get a pocket with the blue part. I'll be able to fussy cut that butterfly out, and it'll have the background. And then this little round thingy here, we could make that maybe as part of a side tuck or even just an embellishment. So let's do that. And with this one, I'm going to use my watered down Mod Podge because it's getting grody. And I just lost my paintbrush. Oh man, that was the entire journal that just fell on the floor. All right, so I don't know. I just had it. What did I do with it? Okay, I guess we just not do. Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Sorry, getting all my hair up in there. What did I do with that? Oh, I have mush for brains. I'm telling you guys, the struggle is real right now. I killed my little makeup doodad here. This is a Dollar Tree thing. I think I've told you guys this before. This little makeup thingy you get at Dollar Tree, and it's great just for smushing stuff or smearing your glue or whatever. And now they need to rebrand Dollar Tree to 1.25 Tree, right? Can't believe it. I mean, I can. It's, you know, just the way things are right now with. Now, I don't want to go over the top of that with my glue. So I'm just going to gently, because now it's wet. And you guys remember that when the napkins get wet, they get super fragile, right? So we're just going to gently push that down. I need a different card. My sticker must have fallen off of that one. All right, so I'm just gently pushing that down. I just want to make sure there's not really any air bubbles in that. But I'm trying not to get the glue back on top because then it will be shiny where that glue is, and I don't want that. So hopefully that makes sense. And we are going to trim this down a little bit, so I'm not as worried about the edges, but I do want to make sure that that's like down, you know. So I was thinking, oh, in my Facebook group, we are accepting new members. I have done a purge of inactive members, and still continuing to purge, so we've really reduced in size. And some of the choices have been difficult to make, but it's what we needed to do in order to have a more positive and encouraging environment. And so what I'm trying to do is come up with challenges and stuff just to challenge you as creators. And so for April, I've already posted it because on March I forgot to post the challenge because my life's been crazy. But anyway, so for April, the challenge is going to be choosing a paper pad from your stash and creating with it. So you can create a journal, a folio, you know, photo album, scrapbook layout, just ephemera, like whatever you want, like really whatever speaks to you from that paper pad, and share. So yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I have not chosen my paper pad yet because I don't know what I want to use, and I'm right in the middle of this, but that's okay. So that's going to be the April challenge. So I think that you'll be seeing some of that being filmed if you guys want. I mean, if you're interested in seeing that, let me know. And then the other thing is too, I would really like you guys to give me input and feedback, like things you want to see. If you've seen something and you're like, hey, I'd like to see what you do with that, or I'd like to see you try this, or maybe, you know, you watched it and you're like, man, I'm just not sure how to do that, or I would like to see a different spin on it, or, you know, maybe a different person's description. Like, let me know. I'm happy to try to do those things, and that challenges me and exposes me to new ideas as well. So I would really like that. Okay, so this one I'm going to have to let dry because it's wet, and you can see it gets, you know, it's wet, so the paper warps, which is normal. Okay, so I'm going to put my lid back on this because I don't think I'm going to do any more with that right now, but I may later sit outside in the sun and get some more pieces glued like this because this needs used, and that's a great way to use it. So I just had to find my paintbrush. I don't know what I did with it, but that's okay. So let that dry. All right. Oh yeah, so that'll be a tag. This will be something, a tag or a pocket. So let that dry. And then let's do something with this, and then we're gonna probably call this video good. So, ooh, no, I don't want to use that. I thought I had, this would be a cool back. for a tag, huh? This is out of a front of a book, but the colors are good with the paper that I'm using, I think. Actually, it's almost perfect. So let's cut this to a tag size. And let's do this one like, oh, I know what else we need to do too. In a video, let's do 4, and then let's do this one 6. In an upcoming video, when I was working on, no, it's already aired in the journal in the prototype journal. We did the music page thingy that I did in the belly band, and so I want to make another one of those. So maybe we'll do that in the next video where I can go a little slower. So if you guys had questions on how to make that, it will help, because I want to do it again just so it's in my head like how I did it. Okay, so we'll do that too. All right, so I'm gonna get this all glued down here and let it dry, and then we'll be able to embellish it. I don't know what I want to do with it. I'm thinking we need definitely some bees, some birds and some butterflies, because the theme is summer. And what says summer like birds and butterflies, right? And then, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna flip this over and go like this. All right. So just use your bits, guys. Scrounge around, look at your books. You know, is there a pretty paper in the front of your book you want to use? I've got glue everywhere. Is there, you know, a napkin you want to use or play with? Like, just go through your things and let's try really hard to use what we have and not be buying things right now. Because I know we all have lots of stuff in our stash, and so using what we have is going to be a challenge, which is again why the April challenge in my Facebook group is picking a paper pad out of your stash and creating with it. So I'm going to get this cut out, let it dry. I'm going to try to figure out what I want to do with these, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.